Welcome back to another installment of A Journey from Death to New Life in Christ. This is Year B, our scriptural survey, and this is Module 4.2, entitled The Death of John the Baptist. Today we'll be looking at Mark, chapters 6, verses 1 through 29. Now, one of the things that we have discussed about St. Mark's Gospel is the fact that it is a brief and fast-moving gospel that takes very little time to get us from point A to point B. Mark, or rather the community of Mark who crafted this gospel, gets right to the point and then, using the words of Mark, immediately moves on. Normally. But today we'll see something that is a bit out of character for this gospel. Today we'll see the Gospel of Mark linger on the horrific details of the execution of John the Baptist. While the 6th chapter begins with Mark's breakneck narrative speed of moving first from Jesus' rejection by his own people in Nazareth, and then it rockets right through Jesus' sending of the 12 disciples out on a bit of an on-the-job training, a mission to heal and to preach in his name. But then, as we get to the fact that Jesus is told the news of John the Baptist's execution, the gospel begins to linger. The pace slows. And that tells us something important. It tells us that what we're about to hear in this gospel will send Jesus in a new direction. Up until this point, Jesus has been walking with his disciples from place to place in Galilee, preaching the gospel, teaching, and healing. The news about John the Baptist's execution is going to send him to Jerusalem. It is going to prompt Jesus not only to go to Jerusalem, but also to confront the fate that awaits him there. It sends him, as I said earlier, in a new direction. After this, his point is to go solely to Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets. So this week I want you to read this text and meditate upon it and be prepared to answer these following questions. First, why was John the Baptist arrested by King Herod? Second, what did King Herod think about John? Third, why did King Herod execute John? And finally, what method of execution did he use? Okay, well, when we gather together, we'll talk about these things, so have a good week.